Well, if everything goes as planned and there aren't any other unexpected happenings, the house that I spent a lot of my childhood and teenage years and young adulthood is sold. Today's closing day, and I just got the last documents notarized and signed and sent off. So, giving my approval of the sale. My brother is handling the details, but I still need to approve of everything that he does. I'm the other beneficiary, and and then the estate, which is being formed to hold things until uh, different creditors and everything give their blessing, I suppose. And yeah, so I think my part of it is done. So I'm glad, because I don't like to need to interact with as many people, and especially with little processes um, that I don't have much familiarity with. So, like getting documents printed and then taking to a bank and getting them notarized and then taking them to a store and getting them an envelope and then shipped out. And it's like, I don't do that kind of stuff very much. I don't use mail very much. I don't receive that much mail either. I have everything almost electronic, including bills. I can do pretty much everything digitally. So I don't have a paper trail as far as like mail. Primarily, the only mail I get is junk, and I can't stop it. I would opt out of junk mail if I could. Wouldn't everyone? But anyway, so in this bit of news about this extra paperwork, it just came in last night, and I was sleeping, and because I had already had a full day, and I sleep in the afternoon and evening, and so I saw this text come in, and it's like they said they wanted it yesterday. They sent it when I was sleeping in the afternoon, and yesterday or today. And I was like, by the time I saw it, I was like, well, banks are closed. I wouldn't even know where I would get it if I did want it yesterday. So I was like, I'll take care of it tomorrow morning. And that obviously had to be good enough because that's all there was. That was the only option. So I just sent a text back this morning, after midnight when I was waking up or getting ready, I was at work, but, starting my day. And I was like, yeah, I'll take care of it this morning. And yeah, I don't think he's aware that I work at night. We don't talk that much. My brother and my relationship has changed. Partly because I'm not exactly the same person as who we ever used to know. Not entirely. I'm just somebody different. So it's strange, I guess. But I didn't know who I was either until these past couple years. I had spent most of my formative young adult years and middle age quite out of it. What's the word? I'm tranquilized, inebriated, my senses dulled. Um, you know, that's not the word I'm looking for. Oh well, another time. But you get the gist of it. So I'm still thinking about telling the majority of the story, as though I was giving my testimonial in front of a group, which I've done before. 3 times, I believe, maybe 4, in front of a live studio audience, really. But there was no studio, just a club. And just telling my story of how I got to where I am. And I don't know if I've gotten any better at it. I don't think so. If anything, probably not, because I don't know. It takes me a lot to get involved in my own story. I've gotten some distance between myself and it, and I'm not entirely, I won't say disassociated or detached, but my own story has less of an impact and ability to hurt me or cause me harm, because I've processed it. I've looked at it fairly, as fairly as I know how. And it isn't, there's nothing glamorous about it. If anything, it is, it's pretty messed up. And so that'll be something else for later. I'm still working about how to tell it. Yes, so I don't have much more to say about that at this time. And in other happenings, I guess, I was looking at my miles for the year so far, and because I finished my 1,000 mile run, beginning April 2nd of 2022. I finished that 1,000 miles on January 24th. And then I continued to keep track, and by April 2nd of 2023, I had completed 1,091 miles in total. So now, and I've just kept adding on to that list, as of yesterday, I completed a run. I am at 1,331 miles in total since April 2nd of 2022. So I have added 240 miles since January 24th. No, I've added 240 miles since April 2nd. Yes. So, and then I looked at where I was this time last year, and I was like at 194 miles. So I'm over 40 miles ahead of schedule from where I was last year at this time versus, it makes sense. Yeah, don't worry about it. But anyway, I'm over 40 miles ahead of schedule of where I was last year at this time. And I looked at it, I'm not running more frequently, like times a week, but I'm going on longer runs. So it's like while I'm out there, I'm just out there for longer. So it increases my number of miles just because I'm putting more into each run. And I guess it's kind of like not really strength training, but maybe endurance training. And I just feel more confident out there, and less, it's less strenuous for me to, because it used to be, some of these longer runs, were the exception. If I did an 88, that's like, wow, that was a really long run. Now that's my average run. And I'm taking it easy if I only go for a 77 or a 66. And if I ever do a 55, it's like, wow, I needed some time off. But even that, it's like, that's still 6 miles. And I'm calling that an easy day, or taking a break. I just figure while I'm out there, I might as well do my 10-mile run. And I mean, that's just, I didn't used to be able to do this. And it used to hurt, my joints and muscles, and I used to have trouble with my breathing. Um, Now it's just, I still have to be careful and not overexert myself and listen to pain, listen to joints complaining, listen to muscle fatigue, listen to overheating. Just maybe I'm just more aware of my physical state and my mental ability to coordinate uh, what I hope to achieve with what I'm actually able to achieve, and just being okay with, you know, when I cannot get the two to cooperate. It's like just because I have it in mind that this is what I want to do or am planning on doing, I don't have to. There's nothing that says that I have to. There's no outside motivation that says I have to do it at a certain time. It's just self-driven preoccupation or initiative. I don't know. But I really would. I'm already setting a goal. Because last year I was not able, because I only needed to get 1,000 miles in a year between April 2nd of 2022 and 2023. But as I was getting close to the end of last year, I thought, wow, I could actually get 1,000 miles before the end of the year. But it didn't happen because of the weather and different things going on. And I don't like to run when it's below freezing. But and it didn't happen. It took me till January 24th to get the 1,000 miles done. But this year, since I'm already over 40 miles ahead of schedule, if I keep up the pace, it is possible that I could get 1,000 miles by the end of the year. So that'd be 1091 was January 24th, but I start the year. So starting the year on April 2nd. So I've got 240 miles on April 2nd into this year. So I'd have another 760 miles to go before December 31st. It can be done. I don't know. So anyway, we'll see what happens. I'm not really. It's a hobby. So, and let's see, nothing going on at work. Not much really going on. Kind of still not making short videos for YouTube because I don't know. I've kind of lost interest in it, I guess. It's mostly about, surprisingly, well, not to me, but I don't really like the thumbnails. It bothers me. I don't like the thumbnails that I can't choose them, and I don't know. And because And because I don't like the thumbnails, that's where it's like I'm recording in multiple takes and just hoping that I get a combination of a take that I like and a thumbnail that I can live with. Because recently, the past couple, I was like, I really don't, I got a take that I liked, but the thumbnail was weird to me. And I ended up, I was like, I feel uncomfortable with this just being up, and anyone can look at it. So I ended up just taking them down. It's like I'm just feeling self-conscious and less confident, and I don't know what I'm doing with it anyway, and because I'm not really wanting to grow the channel. It's just more for myself, and I feel more confident when I don't feel observed or that anyone's going to, you know, critique me or give me those thumbs down or leave comments from, which are just people just randomly comment, and they don't know me, they don't know my history, they don't know that I'm autistic, they don't know my, anything, and they leave comments, and it's like, I guess that's what people do. And I don't know. I suppose most of the time they don't mean any harm. They probably don't even mean anything at all. They're just reacting to what they saw in however long they watched. And they probably don't even give it a second thought. But to me, it's like, I'd just rather most people not leave comments at all if they don't have anything. Maybe they think they're being funny, or, but a lot of times if I don't understand the intent or motivation behind the comment, then I don't know. A lot of times I take it as being a hostile or what's the word? Or somehow making fun of me. It's like I sometimes have difficulty determining the difference, and I think I'm being mocked. And so, but I'm guessing a lot of times people aren't. But I read it that way, just from my own personal prejudice and history of how I've been treated. So, yeah, so it's always an option. I know that it's there, and I know that I can do it. I've set the precedent that it is something I can do, and it's something I enjoy. And I'm curious to share thoughts every now and again, just to bounce them off the walls and to see what anybody else might think. But for right now, it's like I like recording in the long form because I can just talk. And for the most part, no one watches. I might watch a couple minutes, but it's very rare from that anyone watches a whole episode, which is, it doesn't bother me. But I can't imagine what anybody would get out of it. But I know I've watched a fair few of strange recordings from other people. It's like, I guess I take it as, well, they're just being themselves. And wish them well. And I hope they're doing okay and things work out. And I don't know. I just like to ramble. And this will probably be the most, well, tonight I do have a meeting, an anonymous meeting, so I'll talk there. And I will see Barbara, most likely tonight. One of my only friends, I guess, that I see once a week at that meeting, because I go pick her up and we go to the meeting together, and then I take her home. And that's that's pretty much our entire interaction. And it's only because we've, made friends through the anonymous meetings. So, anyway, I think that's about it. I'm pretty sure I don't have much else to say. Well, if I do think of anything else, I'll be sure to post something at some point. And I really am enjoying my moss garden from because I've got my trees right here, and I went on a moss safari a couple weeks ago and collected moss from the ground and from a field I know, and I just grabbed moss, scooped it, and then put it in a pocket and carried it back, and then used it as a surface on top of the potted plants, and it just has, but more than moss. There was like grass and other weeds in it. So now that I've been taking, it's growing, and it's like, well, there's some extra stuff growing out of the, I potted plants. So like just grass mostly, I think. But it's interesting. It's like a little indoor garden type thing, and I might show pictures of that sometime. Of course, I don't know where I'd post those on YouTube. Oh, unless I made a video of the plants or something, which I might do. I've considered it. So, anyway, I guess that's it for me. I don't have much else to say. And I've got lasagna in the stove. So, I must attend to the lasagna. So, anyway. Selling the house, and it was a big step. And just kind of closing my accounts and affairs back there. I will literally have no, or almost no, further business back there. Unless I just want to visit, which I might do. I still have a mountain to climb. It'll just be strange that I won't have a base of operations. I'll just be a stranger in my hometown. Of course, I've been a stranger for a long time anyway. It's weird. There are people out there like me. I know I'm not the only one. We just don't communicate very well. I just know that I'm not the only one. It doesn't help much, but it's a nice thought when I'm just feeling completely by myself. I know I'm not. But I'm just surrounded by mostly normal people with mostly normal lives. Very conventional, typical. And I'm sure they have their own individual stories with individual oddities and anomalies from. But I don't really have many people to talk to. Because I don't participate or engage in many of what is considered normal activities and hobbies. And I don't really pay attention to what is considered normal entertainment and pastimes. And what I do is not entirely relatable to other people. So, anyway. Okay, now I should go. I don't know if I feel better or worse now. But some things, I don't know. It's just my standard operating mode. So, anyway, I should go. I'm getting tired. It was a long day.